Hey traders, it's 20 minutes past 12 p.m. here in Brisbane on Monday, the 20th of November, and I'm very interested in picking up a fight with the Kiwi dollar. So I've got a couple of opponent lineup for the beginning of this week involving the Kiwi dollar, and I might add more to them. It's just that there's no potential setup in there at this point in time, but it's still only the beginning of the week. It's Asia time, Monday morning. So I want to start with the Kiwi dollar, and the level that I'm interested in is this area around the 0.6050. Now, there's a couple of areas and couple of elements about this one, but first I want to start with the higher time frame just to gauge where we are in the big scheme of things. So high time frame, a monthly, we're still in a downtrend. We were overextended from the moving averages, and we simply pulling back here, so we're touching right back at the 10 moving average. Now if we'll take a look at the weekly, we can start to see the potential turn. So we've got a touch and another touch and a third touch over here. It's been a big move. This is a bit of wasted momentum, so I'd like to see one more touch underneath this area before a break. It also looks nice here from the momentum indicators. Now if I go into the daily and I want to get precise around those touches, I love the fact that this touch, the second touch, went slightly higher than the first one. That's a big tick for me. The problem is that the third one, it came slightly lower than this one. So if I'll get precise around this area, we can see that the high here was 556 and the high here was 549. So it is slightly lower. I love it that it pings the level just slightly. It gives me higher confidence that potentially the buyers are about to take over. So I don't have that here yet, so I need to be more careful around that area. The other thing is, if we'll zoom out a bit into the activity that happens up above, so where can I take this potential opportunity to? We can see the origin of the move here, a lot of struggle, the sellers took over and pushed the price strongly to a lower low. In fact, they actually pushed it so hard that we cleared this higher low and this higher low and even this one, this low along the way. So sellers were very strong at this area, at this red line. It's not a lot of area to move before we find that level. The next one will be around the green line. It's the origin of the moves here that ended up at that higher high. So if and when I will get these potential compressions of price, I still need to pay attention to what comes at me, what sort of fighting skills this opponent might have just slightly further down the road. So what is my plan for this opponent? So let's go down the time frame. I am looking for the usual compressions of price. As we can see, still wasted momentum. I'd love to see it on the lower time frame because that will give me a potential tight defense. Now, as for my point swing and the knockout, I am going to look, so let's just go back into these areas. I am going to look at the top of this level, so probably somewhere a little bit below it. I'm not going to try and get that broken. So in and around the 0.6105 or even the round number of 61. And the knockout is going to be at around the green line, so just shy of that 61.50 and all these touches that we have here along the way. So to summarize, if the Kiwi dollar will continue its strength, then I'll be looking at the Kiwi against the US dollar. I'd like to see compressions of price underneath this blue line, that 0.6050 area, a break with the point swing at this red line or just shy of it, and my knockout at this green line. So this is in case we're going to see a strength of the Kiwi dollar. The other side of it is if we're going to see the Kiwi dollar selling off. So let's start with the higher time frame, and this is Kiwi Swiss. So on Kiwi Swiss, we can see still in a downtrend here. We pull back into the averages, we pushed lower, and then we pull back again. So I want to pay attention. Have we been able to press lower than this previous low? So we'll have a look on that on the lower time frame. And as you can see, this is the weekly chart. If I'll zoom in, we can see that we ping this lower. So this could be potential sign that there's still strength within the sellers. We've got that pullback into the averages and a potential for a move lower. So this one is still in a downtrend, the weekly chart. If I go down into the daily chart, as higher time frame pulling back, lower time frame tend to change direction. Now, when we look at this one, if we'll take a look at what happened just at this area over here, we can see that the last touch at this low was actually higher, and all of that instigated this strong pullback. So what I am looking for is a continuation to the downside, but I want to pay attention to these two lows that happen here. So I'm going to look at the 4 hours, and it's the same idea. As we can see, we just pinged this one lower. So again, if we'll get precise, let's take a look at the numbers, and the low here is 828, and we pinged it and we made 823. So I like that a lot. I like the fact that we actually pinged that area. But still here, I don't want to see any wasted momentum. I want to see another touch and a compression of price. So in this case, what I'm going to look for is once again another touch, compression of price. This is in case the Kiwi dollar is going to get a bit weaker, and then I'll be looking for my point swing at this blue line. You can see that this was the breakout level. We had a touch, second touch, and a third touch that just went slightly higher, pull back, and off we went. So this is where my point swing area is going to be, and my knockout is going to be just below that area around this level, so in and around the 52.25. Now, with these ideas, I still need to see sign that one side is taking over the other around those levels. So we're still not there yet, but I like this level and I like these potential setups. One that I actually really like the moves on that is just no setup at the moment is Kiwi CAD. So I'm keeping an eye on this one. I like this. If we'll take a look at, actually, let's bring the weekly chart, we can see the turn that happened here. So we made a higher low, quite an obvious one. We had these two touches, got broken, and we pushed higher, and we even pinged this previous high. So I like the move. I like Kiwi against the Canadian. I just don't have a setup there yet. So keep a close eye on this opponent as well. Happy knockouts, everyone. Bye for now.